Welcome back to Champion Select. Champions, it's Shinya. How you guys doing? Hope you had a good weekend. We are back in Unleashed preview season. Obviously, we had a little bit of a break for the weekend. There was no previews for the weekend, so now it is Monday. We are back for previews. And if you're not already subscribed, hit that subscribe button down below. I'm going to be covering the last 5 days of Unleashed preview season. So let's jump into it and let's crack a pack real quick. So, as always, we've made a little bit of a tradition here to crack a Spirit Forge pack. As we get into this spoiler season, we want to, just have a little bit of fun, cracking a pack or two while we go through this release. So, let's see if we get anything crazy. As always, we're going to go right to the rare. And, oh boy, what do we got? Spirit Blossom. Oh, sheesh. No signature? No signature, sadly. But hey, look at that. What a way to start the week. Hitting the overnumbered Ari. No signature, but you know what? We take those. Let's get into the reveals. Hopefully it's going to be a good day. Alright, so those who have been following Riftbound Unleashed previews very closely, we have one thing I want to start off with immediately, that ultimate rarity Baron Nashor. Oh my gosh. This is a purple card. It looks blue, but I can assure you it's purple. I can't wait to see this card in person. I don't think we have an English reveal for it just yet. This was revealed at the end of the Chinese regional that just happened this past weekend. So you guys have probably already seen this art, but this is going to be the only ultimate rarity in this set, so keep that in mind. And I think ultimate rarities are going to be something they do probably one per set going forward. One thing I want to make note of, I really wish they would have changed the rarity symbol. Having the standard, overnumbered, or just the regular yellow symbol here, it's a little, feels like a cop-out. I would have loved to see another rarity, but absolutely beautiful card. It's the Baron, like in the manifestation of the Void. Looks phenomenal. I think this is going to be a 0.1% chance to pull, I believe they said. Something like that. It'll be more rare to pull a specific signature than to pull this card, but it will be more rare to pull this than a signature, any signature in general. So, very, very cool looking card. I really hope they keep up with the ultimate rarities. I would have loved to see some serialized. I want to see some serialized cards, guys. Print 9,999 of them and just, stamp that over that serialized signature on there. But great card, absolutely phenomenal looking. Jumping into next, we have Determined Sentry. 1 mana for 1 in orange. I believe this is our first true 1-drop that is in the game. I don't believe any other 1-drops currently exist. Determined Sentry, I can't move to base. Generally, with your 1-drops, you're not your 1-drops, but your 1 mana cards, or your little dudes. You don't care if they die on the base, Playing 2 of these, going turn 1, playing 2 of these, conquering both battlefields and forcing your opponent to have an answer to both of those battlefields. If not, you're going to 3, potentially 4 points, the double conquer and then the potential double hold. If your opponent misses their 2 or 3 drop, you've run away with the game. This is a great card. I love to see it in orange. Especially when things like Punch First exist, where this guy suddenly becomes a 6 mana, a 6 might card. You just sit on that base, just defending. I could see games ending in like 2 or 3 turns. Not 2 turns, but 2 turns. You guys know what I mean. Phenomenal card. And those really aggro decks, this might even be ran in like Lucian and Rengar, just to get those points early, force your opponent to have to take those early trades, have to do something, or have to have these answers to these guys. Great card. Happy to see a 1-drop finally enter the game. Next up, we have Starhound. If I can get my stuff over here situated. It's Starhound. 5 for 6 with a 1 yellow recycle. When you play me, return a bird, cat, dog, or Poro from your trash to your hand. So 5 mana for 1 yellow recycle on 6 might is already a pretty decent stat line. Having basically morbid return for specific taglines on your cards, it's pretty good. This will be seen probably in that Zoo deck. I believe there was another Zoo type card that was revealed that we'll be going through, but a great card. Getting a card back from your graveyard, being able to choose which tribal that you're trying to get back from your graveyard to really start enabling those combos, especially with that yellow Ivern. He's already a dog as well, something to keep in mind. So if you have a bird and cat on the field and you have a Poro in your graveyard and you just need a Poro to make those synergies work, by all means, it's a phenomenal card. Again, probably see at least 2 of these played in Zoo. It's a little high cost for Zoo, for those, generally like a little bit more aggro decks, but I think Zoo plays 2 or 3 copies of this no matter what. And the stat line isn't anything to be mad at. 5 for 6 is absolutely great. Great card. I'd love to see it. Oh man, purple's getting more stuff. 2 mana purple spell, Isolate. Move an enemy unit from a battlefield to its base. Then, if there's an enemy unit alone at that battlefield, draw 1. Enemy unit from a battlefield to its base. Okay, so basically like it's Fight or Flight, right? Am I crazy? It's literally Fight or Flight, but obviously it doesn't have action or reaction. You can only use it on your turn. So a little bit worse, but just being able to draw 1, being able to force your opponent to have one card, pulled away from that battlefield. If there's something big on that battlefield and you can't, push through it, send it back to its base. Now all of a sudden you're fighting a one-on-one, and you're generally going to use this when you're able to take that battlefield from that solo unit. Great card. Purple getting more purple stuff. Who would have thought? Phenomenal card. I think this will probably be a 1 or 2 of in a lot of those like purple control-y decks. Hard to say, what happens with the meta, but I feel purple is still going to continue to dominate just as much as it is now. Next up, we have Enthralling Protector. It's a 2 mana for 2 yellow unit, Ionian and a Fae. Is that a big squirrel? Is that a buff squirrel? Am I going crazy? That looks like a buff squirrel. Hunt. Spend 2 XP. Buff me. Give me a +1 buff if I don't have one. When I conquer a whole game 1 XP on the Hunt, as everyone knows. Great card. 2 for 2. You're never mad at. It having Hunt, being able to get that XP early. Great card. Being able to have that utility to spend that XP to give him a buff. Great card. I wonder, has anyone clarified? I would assume so. You're only able to use like these spend XP effects on your turn. I would assume so. If it's anything like that, if you think back to Orange Set, giving him the +4 and spending his buff, probably only able to do it on your turn outside of a showdown. So something to keep in mind when you're playing these XP decks. But yeah, two drop. This is going to go in those yellow decks that are doing the XP mechanics. Not much should be said here, but just good card overall for the XP. Next up, we have Poppy. I believe this is the alt art. Here's the regular alt. Poppy finally got her 5 for 5. Champion unit Poppy, Demacia, Yordle. When we get in Yordle Tribal. I need to see some Yordle Tribal here soon. Deflect. When you play me, if an opponent scores within 3 points of the victory score, so 5, 6 on that Aspirin's Climb, couldn't think of the thing there. Ready me and gain 3 XP. It's an okay unit. It's really a shame that Poppy's signature spell is it's okay. It's nothing crazy. But her legend being just kind of trash. Poppy, this orange Poppy is going to see more play in things like Master Yi, that are, really like late game decks where you don't mind your opponent getting to that 5 or 6 points. Good card in the XP decks. Again, probably not going to see play in regular Poppy deck, just because it kind of is the antithesis of what you're going with in the Poppy deck. The Poppy Legend deck, that is. But great card. Only in the XP decks. Outside of that, it's not anything crazy. No stun. Obviously you would think, see Poppy, stun stuff. I know there was a leak on Twitter from someone I won't throw under the bus who revealed an orange Poppy unit, and people fell for it, and the backlash was crazy. But the alternate art, I'm really not a fan of. I'm not sold on it. It looks okay. I actually have no idea what skin that is in game, but yeah, Poppy will be played in those orange XP decks, those really like late game decks where they don't care about you getting the 5. Next up, we have red Brambleback. So those buff, the buff units in League from the jungle. 4 for 4 with 1 red recycle. Accelerate, 1 mana and a red, so it can go to a 5 and 2 red. Your conquer effects for conquering here trigger an additional time. When I conquer, buff a friendly unit. Okay, so a 4 for 4 and 1 red recycle. It's not a terrible stat line, but it's under what is generally acceptable. You would think this would have been 4 for 5, but if it was a 4 for 5 having accelerate, I think that's just too powerful. So conquer effects conquering here triggering an additional time. This is really scary to think about with things like Lucian, Skyfall, and Trinity Force. So, you're getting 3 points on a Conqueror if you push in with a Lucian with a Skyfall and a Trinity Force and red Brambleback, or you're holding. Your hold effects become your Conquer effects. You hold for 3 points. Kind of crazy stuff. Some really interesting combos that are probably going to be unlocked with this. They are probably going to be not very reliable, and maybe sort of like a pipe dream. But just the fact that they are available, and just the fact that there will be worlds and there will be games that you do them, phenomenal combos. It itself is okay. You know, it combos with Draven Legend, I guess, just because I believe you're getting your Draven Legend twice because you're Conqueror. I don't know. Maybe. I'd have to sit down and actually like look at how the cards read. You would think someone like me would know off the top of my head how these cards read, but probably not, because I think Draven's winning a combat, so I'd have to sit down and really look at the synergies, but I think it'll be playable in some decks, but nothing too crazy. We've already revealed Jhin. We've already talked about Jhin, but this is going to be the overnumbered for Jhin, specifically the overnumbered signature. Again, talking about that purple. The purple signatures on this set, I just don't like them. I don't know who wanted or who gave the thumbs up to have purple signatures on all of these units, or all of these signatures. It should have been something more neutral. I liked how set 1 and set 2 did it, where they had the silver, gold, or just like the regular, I think it was like a bronze signature, which kind of went with basically everything. They're more neutral colors, but with the purple, it clashes. It clashes here as well. I don't think it looks good. Some of the cards it looks good on, like Diana and things like that, but I hate how this looks on Jhin. And then just even the overnumbered in general. Again, we have to see them in person, because I thought the set 2 overnumbereds kind of looked crappy, but then I saw them in person, then I changed my tune, but really not a fan so far. Here's another one. We haven't actually seen the Poppy overnumbered. Same thing with the Jhin. See, the purple works here, though. The purple does work with the card, but again, you know, looking back at that Jhin card, looks absolutely disgusting. And guys, I love this art. I love the little chibi, silliness look of it. It's a shame that Vex isn't very good in general, unless something crazy happens. Her legend is just very mid, but love this card, love the art on it. The purple pops with it as well. Great looking card. See Shadow here in the corner being a silly little guy. I love that. Next up, going to an actual card, we have Bone Skewer. It's not Pike's signature spell, keep in mind. So it does look like it, but it's not. Purple. Purple getting more purple stuff. 2 mana, 1 purple recycle. Hidden. Choose a battlefield. An opponent reveals their hand. Okay, so reveals their hand. So you're looking at their hand. You may choose a unit from it. Oh boy. Here we go. They play that unit to that battlefield, ignoring any and all costs. When they do, stun it! It doesn't deal combat damage this turn. This is Dirty Rat from Hearthstone. If you guys remember Hearthstone, Dirty Rat was a 2 mana, 2 might, 6 health unit. When you played him, your opponent randomly played a card from their hand. I think it was a unit, specifically a unit. Yeah, this is basically just Dirty Rat from Hearthstone. Absurdly good card. Absolutely phenomenal. The fact that not only are you seeing your opponent's hand, you're getting a unit from it, and 9 times out of 10, you're killing it. You're just gonna straight up kill it. Because you play this when they have no runes, you play this when they have no reactions. It's just, what a great card. It starts a showdown, obviously, when if you put it onto a open battlefield. Assuming you don't hide it. If you just hardcast this, there's some funny things you could do. You just straight up give your opponent a point. So choose a battlefield that's not occupied. You know, put that unit on it, give them a point, and then you swing in to attack it. And, you know, giving your opponent a point in a lot of cases, you know, is a bad thing, but maybe there's situations where it doesn't even matter. And, you know your opponent is so low on resources that just getting a card out of their hand and getting a card onto the battlefield that you can kill it, especially if it's a big threat, you don't care. You don't care about giving them a point. But phenomenal card. I can't believe purple is getting this much support in this set after how dominant it's been. I love this card so much. It's actually crazy this isn't Pike's signature spell, because I believe Bone Skewer is Pike's Q in the game, right? Where he throws a spear and he yanks a unit. Great flavor as well, but such a good card. I don't know why purple's getting all this stuff, man. Quick little break from looking at Unleash, you know, preview stuff. We have this is going to be the Summoner Skirmish promos. So for the first month of Summoner Skirmish, we're going to get the Yuumi. And just to zoom in here a little bit, It does have the little icon here, the little icon at the bottom for the, saying that's a promo. And then we also have the Rengar, and that for the top 8. And then we have the champion, which has the little champion stamp, as you guys have seen on the Edge of Night and the Guardian Angel. And then for the second set of skirmishes for Unleashed, we got the Zillion, and then the Lilia with the champion tag. Great, love to see it. I'm so happy it moved away from like the Edge of Night and the Guardian Angel. Because while I do love the champion stamp, though having it on those cards just felt kind of boring, kind of like a cop-out. I understand gear was a big part of set 2, which is probably why they did it. But these look great. I do wish the regular promos did look a little bit different, maybe had a different foiling on them or something, but I don't like the little circle at the bottom to signify that it's a promo. Like, who cares? It doesn't change anything about the card. It should be a little bit different to really encourage those people to participate in those skirmishes. We have the Wuju Master, the Master Yi Alt-Art, the overnumbered. Looks okay. I'm personally not a fan of it, but I know a lot of people on Twitter are excited about it. We've already talked about the Legend in general. Going to be that super late game, deck, sort of, late game control sort of deal. Dazzling Aurora is going to love things like this as they accumulate their XP, early games and things like that, and then all of a sudden, they're just slamming late game stuff after they've dropped their Aurora that enters ready. LeBlanc. We haven't actually talked about this one, so I believe this is the alternate art. I don't have the regular art ready, but this is a new card that was revealed. This is her alternate art. 3 for 3 and a yellow recycle. She's LeBlanc and Noxus, LeBlanc Fragmented. She's got Assault 1 and Death Knell, draw 1. If it's your beginning phase, draw 2 instead. So a lot of people, I looked at this and went, how does she die in your beginning phase? What does that mean? When you consider things like her signature spell, where she gives a unit temporary and it dies at the beginning of your turn, that's when this card really starts to shine. So 3 for 3 with 1 yellow recycle and draw 1 already is pretty good. It's not bad by any means. But the fact is that you're able to draw 2 under certain circumstances where this unit has temporary and dies at the beginning phase. Drawing 2 on a 3 for 3 and 1 yellow cycle, insanely good card. Such good value. This will be played in those LeBlanc decks 100% of the time. There's some other decks where it might be even played in Lilia, where you like to give your units temporary, and then Lilia, every temporary unit you have reduces the cost of her legend ability where you summon a temporary thing. So yeah, I mean, it'll be played, maybe a Death Knell deck. Maybe we see some Karthus shenanigans come out. I mean, there's a reason Karthus is almost a $5 card, but great card. I love the flavor on it as well. We spoiled a little bit, but they had the Rengar overnumbered. And then there's that purple signature. That purple signature where it's just on the green. It looks bad. What were they thinking? I love the art of it. It looks like kind of like a comic book sort of deal, like kind of like paintbrush. I don't know. I love it. I think Rengar is going to be a great color combination as well. That red and orange, calling back to that Lucian, being very aggro, getting those 1-drops that we just revealed earlier. But other than that, the art looks absolutely phenomenal. I love it so much. Next up, we have Daisy. Oh, Ivern's signature unit. Is this the first signature unit? I believe it is. Someone correct me if I'm wrong down below in the comments. I can't think. Pretty sure we don't have signature units yet. 9 mana for 8 and 2 green or yellow recycle. Daisy! I like the exclamation mark. I enter ready. Okay, I better enter ready being this big. Reduce my cost by 1 for each of the following tags among your units. Bird, cat, dog, and Poro. When I attack while your units have all 4 tags, stun an enemy unit here. Okay, so this is that late game zoo, that late game finisher, when you've already got all of your stuff on the board. Then you just play it, enters ready, you stun that big unit, and you just straight up kill it. Great, love the card. I really hope, and I doubt it's going to happen, I would love to see an overnumbered, or at least an alt-art of this card. We don't have overnumbered or alt-arts of signature spells, or abilities, signature spells, abilities, or units yet, but I would love to see an alt-art of this. But the art in general with the little Poro looks phenomenal. When you remember things like Yellow Ivern exists, where you're able to choose which tribal he is when he enters, this card is great. Definitely, that late game zoo finisher where, you know, those early game, you know, sort of aggro decks really sort of struggle with the late game, dealing with those big units that, you know, those little units can't push into. Great card, great flavor, love it all around. Piltover Enforcer, we have the Overnumbered Vi Legend. This card looks amazing. And you know what's going to be the worst part about it? That purple signature. We're going to get the purple signature down here, and it's going to ruin the card. Phenomenal looking card. I love the gritty aspect of it. I love the dogs. Oh, just like jumping off the coat on her back. Great looking card. I believe that is her throwing away her cop badge. If you guys remember, the regular version of this is the Piltover like cop, and it's very cool to see her throwing away the cop badge and embracing that alternate lifestyle. Love this art. Shame it's going to be ruined by the purple signature. Next up, we have Blood Harbor Ripper, the Pike Overnumbered. And again, that purple signature, it looks good on this. With the white background and the black, oh! Guys, this is probably my new favorite Overnumbered, and it's not even close. This just looks amazing. Kendall Jack, I don't love your signature. I wish your signature looked a little bit more cool. No shade. I love the art, but the signature on like such like a cool looking card, kind of like cartoonish and kind of like childish. It doesn't ruin it for me, but it takes away a little bit. It takes away a 0.5 from down to a 9.5 rating. Phenomenal looking card. It looks incredible. I think Pike is going to be a force to be reckoned with in Unleashed, especially after all this purple support that we saw. You know, being able to return those units from your hand to your hand. Being able to play those units like that little sprite who discards a card from your opponent's hand when you play it. Purple's going to be nuts. Pike is going to be nuts. Can't wait to see what else happens. Here's the regular LeBlanc. We did have the regular LeBlanc art. It looks okay. The altar art looks way better. This one looks kind of boring. I understand it looks low quality, and I really hope it doesn't come out that way when we actually get the card in our hands. Because and again, I know it's just a screenshot, but I don't like this art. Something it feels off about it. I do like how she's sort of popping off of the card a little bit, how the art is going over the border of the card, but we shall see. LeBlanc's signature spell, Deceiver. We haven't, I don't think we saw this one yet. Oh no, this is her legend. I'm silly. Sorry guys. It's been a day. It's the Overnumbered legend. Okay. I saw some memes about this. This is going to be another one where the purple is probably going to ruin it. I mean, if you put it like down here, it's okay. Maybe over here. I don't know. But I like it. I'm not crazy about it. I do think it's very flavorful. But when it comes right down to it, it's okay. You know, we'll have to see the foiling in it and how it looks in person. But it's not making me jump out of my seat like the Pike one was. Obviously, we talked about the Baron one already. Alright, so we got a little bit of a Chinese spoiler. This hasn't been officially came out with yet, but this is going to be, I believe it is Alpha Wildclaw. It has Tank. It's a 6/7 with 2 green recycle. It has Tank. Your units here, whose might is lower than mine, cannot be targeted by enemy spells or abilities. So you slap those green Aries, you slap those Sonas behind it. Great card. You put Tiana behind it, Tiana suddenly can't be targeted by spells or abilities. Green Hold might be back, especially for only 6 mana. 6 mana and having 7 might. Phenomenal card. There's some cheeky things where, oh man, I don't know. I love this card so much. Green Hold might be back. This is the one thing that actually might put Green Hold strategy on the menu. Love the look of the card. Absolutely phenomenal for 6 mana and 2 green recycle. Great card. Ari might be back on the menu, guys. Who knows? We'll have to see. Another leak from the Chinese side. Shadow. This is Vex's signature spell. It's a signature unit, excuse me. It's a 3/3. Shadow. Card text. If you play me to a battlefield, I enter ready. Okay. Action. 1 energy and 1 power. And tap it. Stun an attacking enemy unit here. This ain't it. What a boring signature for Vex. Vex was already pretty mediocre with her having to hold and you tap it to draw 1. I don't know. We have to see the champ. We obviously haven't seen the champion unit. Keep that in mind. I don't think we've seen either the green or the purple one. So unless those are crazy, this is insane. I hate this. Why? What happened? Why did this get printed? It doesn't do anything. It's, what are we doing here? I don't know. Unless something interesting happens with her champion units, it's so bad. Vex is dead in the water. Looks like we have another Chinese exclusive that was leaked early. Mirror Image. It's a 2-mana spell. It has hidden, action, choose a unit you control. Then choose a unit at another location you control. If at least one of them has temporary, move them to each other's location. Okay, so it's basically Tide Turner, assuming that you have a temporary unit. And then it also just draws a card at the end. The 2-mana draw a card in general is not the greatest, but it's not the worst. It's a pretty good card. It's not anything crazy. It'll be played in things like LeBlanc, where she's really taking advantage of those temporaries. It'll be played in Lilia. Obviously, lots of temporary shenanigans going on there. That's pretty much all it'll see playing. No other blue decks are going to want to play this. Just, really goes along with that, temporary strategy. All right, so keeping up with the Chinese leaks, looks like Pike's signature spell got leaked as well. 4 mana, 1 power, Fountain of Hatred. It's Pike's signature spell. Card text, destroy a unit on a battlefield. Then, if that unit's might is no more than 3, do this. You may pay any power, so rainbow power, to play this card from the trash. Being able to kill a bunch of tiny, small might units is pretty okay. This isn't doing anything crazy for me. Just being able to clear a bunch of recruits for 1 power each. Being able to deal with the zoo decks just sitting on those battlefields. It's okay. I'm not blown away by it. It's pretty okay. It's pretty mediocre. I wish it was a little better. If it was at 4, it would be way too powerful, so I don't know how you make this card better, but very thematic. I do love the look of it. It looks absolutely incredible, but I mean, if you're playing Pike, you're probably going to play 3 of these regardless. The signature spells are just basically too good in this game. You might even only run 2, to be totally honest with you, but good card. It's not great, but Pike might be too powerful. Next up, we have Flameclaw, another Chinese release. 3 mana, 1 power, 3 might unit. Hunt 2, so when I conquer or hold, gain 1 XP. Should it be 2 XP? It should be 2 XP, I'm pretty sure. Level 3, if I have +1 Might Niter ready if I'm on level 3. Okay, good card, pretty decent aggro card. Basically being a 3 for 4 and 1 red when you have 3 XP. It's okay. It's not blowing me away. That doesn't do anything crazy special. It'll see play in like red aggro decks, but outside of that, probably not. I don't think there's any crazy ways to get XP in red at the moment, so unless we see some more XP in red, it's just an okay card. Next up we have Revna the Lore Keeper. It's a 7 for 7 and 1 red recycle. It has ganking. When you play a spell, if you spent 4 or more, ready me. Okay, so you'll see this used in the Jin decks that are looking for those 4s. Outside of that, I don't see it played in any other deck. This was made for Jin. Maybe Kaisa. Maybe Kaisa rears her head back out a little bit, but playing the spell for 4, there's not a ton in red already when you really sit down and think about. That's why I think those spell slinger decks in red might run a couple of this, but it's okay. The fact that it has ganking really saves it from being just an awful card, but I don't think it's gonna be ran very much. We have Targonian Visionary. It's a 6 for 6 in orange. Level 11, I have +4. So, super late game card. 6 for 6 isn't anything crazy. But being on level 11, playing a 6 mana 10 might unit, I'm going to keep it a buck, isn't even that crazy. When you consider, okay, it's good, right? When you sit down and think about the stat line, but when you consider how long it's going to take you to get to level 11, unless maybe I haven't seen the synergy yet with how quickly you're able to get XP. It's just, I don't think it's gonna be playable. Here's the signature variant of the Vi we just looked at. You know, they actually pulled it off. It does look pretty okay. I'm not mad about it all of a sudden. It looks okay. No, you know, no shame to any of these artists, by the way. I know I said I didn't like some of them, but there's no reason to hate them. They put their heart and their soul into it, and they're infinitely better artists than I am, especially getting contracted by Riot to do the art. But it looks good. We have one we haven't talked about yet. Scuttle Crab. Ooh, he's a 2 for 0. Uh-oh, we better do something good. Units with 0 can conquer and hold. Okay, I'm glad they put that there, so there's not any craziness. When you play me, draw 1. Okay, so 2 mana, draw 1 right off the bat. You're not mad about. Death Knell, choose an opponent. They reveal their hand. So is this the first being able to see your opponent's hand in green? I believe it is. You're never mad about hand interaction, especially when you're drawing 1 already on play. Great card already. They reveal their hand. You can look at their face down cards this turn. Okay, so you're able to see the hidden cards that they have in the battlefields. Okay, very cool when you consider what Scuttle Crab does in game. He reveals everything around him when you kill him. I love the flavor on it. At worst, it's 2 mana, draw 1 with a I was gonna say with a body, but it's not really a body. But the fact that you can move it in and conquer something at that open battlefield, hey, why not? I think this will be played in most green decks. People still don't realize how good hand disruption is, and that's a pretty decent hand disruption. Revealing your hand and looking at face down cards, you'll know exactly what you're pushing into. If is it a fight or flight? Is it a tide turner? Like, what is it? We have the Diana alt art. So we already saw the regular blue Diana. I think the alt art looks phenomenal. Not much to say about it, but it looks good. We have Forgotten Signpost. 2 mana gear in green. Action, exhaust a unit you control. So you tap it. Move a different unit you control to the location of the unit you exhausted to pay for this ability. So it's tide turner, but worse. On a gear, move a different unit you control to the location of the unit you exhausted. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's tide turner, but you have to tap the unit that you're moving. One of the units that you're moving. Yeah, it's okay. I can't think of anything super crazy you can do with this just yet. Maybe there's some shenanigans. The fact that it has action on it, though, the more I think about it, this might be a sleeper card. If this didn't have action on it, it's unplayable. But now that I think about it, action, being able to do this in a showdown and moving some cards around, protecting those, maybe your opponent all of a sudden comes in with a 10 might unit and you want to protect your green Ari or your Tiana that's suddenly vulnerable. You just move it back to your base and, you try again next turn. So, yeah, having action saves this card. It's okay. Especially for those like pretty mid to late game green decks that are focusing on holding. Pretty decent. We have Prepared Neophyte. It's a 3 for 1. Uh-oh, in red. If you spend 4 or more to play a spell this turn, I have +4. So it's a potentially 3 for 5. Bad. Unplayable. Bad. It looks good. Maybe there's some situations where you do it and you have a 3 for 5, but then it just dies to a 1 mana or a 1 might unit, and then you're sad, and then nothing has happened. Here's the LeBlanc signature, which, again, I'm not mad about it. It looks okay. Again, wish it was something different than purple, but, we're not mad. Then we have the Ash, the pre-release. So this is going to be the pre-release card that you're going to get if you go to those pre-rift events, which are probably going to start popping up in the next few weeks, so keep an eye out on UVS signups. So if you remember, if you participated in pre-releases before, we got Yone prior. And Yone didn't have any stamp on it. It just had the little circle at the bottom, or the little promo at the bottom. This is going to actually have the pre-release stamp. So I think this looks absolutely phenomenal. I love this. Magic does this. Pokemon does this as well. Phenomenal that they started putting the stamps on these cards that you're going to be getting in a very interesting choice to have Ash as the pre-release. That's going to be in. So this is going to be in all the pre-rift kits. So if you're running a yellow domain, that order domain, you're already going to have a card to throw in that deck. So Great, great. I love to see more pre-release stuff. I want to see more promo stuff, Riot. What are we doing? And that's it for day 6 of Unleashed previews. Guys, remember we hit the Ari overnumbered Spirit Blossom. Make sure you drop a subscribe down below if you want to see more daily Riftbound content. We try to put out a video a day, and we're gonna be doing giveaways. Maybe I give this card away to you guys. You know, maybe there's a world where I just give this away. So make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. Let me know what your favorite card from this preview was, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.